Periva Sharanam. Thus spake the Paramacharya. The myth about the body, Deha or Sharira. Every man in this world wants to have the fullest joy and happiness. He does not want to have anything lessen his joy of life. What is real joy or ananda? Joy or happiness, that is pleasure, is of two kinds. One is a short lived pleasure which stays with us for a short while, as the name suggests, and vanishes quickly. The other is of a permanent nature which lives with us and in us. This is eternal pleasure. We call it as bliss or ananda. The joy or ananda which is eternal and which is in us is moksha itself. This is the joy which everyone strives to achieve and retain. The small pleasures which we derive through our senses, come once and go away, but they come again and again. Though they come often, they don't last for a long time. This is not the real ananda which we should strive to attain, and the eternal joy comes once but stays with us in our mind. That is moksha or Veedu, as we call it in Tamil. It is the greater joy or bliss because we are not aware of this. We go after the lesser joys which come out of our kama or pleasure of the senses and consider it to be the all and end all of our lives. These lesser pleasures are an impediment to our attaining the exalted joy, ananda or bliss. Wealth is a means for us to obtain these lesser pleasures. We toil with our body to get these lesser pleasures. These may be in the form of food or grains, it may be money, it may be owning a house, or it may be through another person, a man or a woman. All these lead us to the experiencing of a pleasure which does not last longer. The moment any or all of the above go from us, the joy which resulted from the thing or things will also vanish and will even plunge us into grief and misery. These lesser pleasures we can have for a very little time. It will not be satiated. The moment one joy vanishes, we will begin to feel the more need for the same and we will begin to pant for it. Nothing is needed above this, or there is no more than this. The pleasure which gives us this feeling is the ananda or bliss, which leads us to moksha or deliverance from births. This joy is eternal. That is our true home or abode. It is our own. We go to many places or exigencies of work or duty, but we get peace only when we get back to our house at any cost. A person is in jail. How much does he earn to get freedom and release from the prison? He is waiting eagerly for the day of his release from the jail. Only when he gets release from the prison, he gets relief and heaves a sign saying, "At last I am free." The expression Veedu means freedom and deliverance from the bond of births. We are presently in the prison of this body of ours, which is made of flesh and blood. Quite wrongly enough, we are considering this body of flesh and blood as our self or nam. This is a myth. This is a misconception. This body which we now have is a prison for our being. Moksha or deliverance from this body is our real abode. We must strive to reach there as quickly as possible. We are confined in this jail for our sins. So long as we are not freed of our sins, we cannot leave this prison and reach to our abode. God has sent us to this prison of the present human body. We will get reduction in the term of our imprisonment as we amass punya by doing good deeds. If we continue to do the bad things and deeds while we are in jail, our term of imprisonment will be extended. It will not end with this birth. It may extend to our next birth also. Let us not therefore commit more sins with this body and increase our term of imprisonment. Let us do good deeds with this body and lessen our present term and reach our real abode, that is, Moksha Samrajya. Periyava Sharanam.